Over the last 30 years, there have been just under 700 policies that have sought to reduce obesity prevalence in the country through one way or another. But in that time, obesity prevalence has doubled. And the reason for that is that those policies have generally tried to impact individuals and to get them to change their behaviour. A lot of my work at the moment is all to do with what we call the out-of-home sector. The out-of-home sector is the part of the food environment where the food is prepared or cooked away from your home. So that could be a restaurant, going for a takeaway, to a cafe, or equally it could be the sandwich that we buy at lunchtime from a supermarket, for instance. So all of those things, and in that space we're doing a couple of things. One is we're currently trying to work up a policy proposal which is drawing on the work we previously did on retailer targets and looking at whether a targets approach could work in the out-of-home sector and the impact that could have. And then I guess the other, maybe another project worth mentioning is something I'm really excited about called location-based testing. We want to transform the food environment of about a population of about 30,000 people, and that would mean working with all of the retailers or supermarkets in that space, all of the restaurants, the takeaways, all of those bits of the food environment to try to show and hopefully show that small changes actually add up to a really significant change in the calorie purchasing and consumption of the people living in that area. So if we think about that out-of-home sector, the kind of independent takeaways, etc., one of the big challenges in that whole sector from a sort of health perspective is a lack of data. That's a problem for consumers, for people who own the food establishments, and for policymakers. And I'm aware of some work that's starting to use machine learning concepts to try to draw on different data sources in a way that helps to know and to tell people what the actual nutritional content of the meals that are being served by these food establishments are. I'm a GP and lots of people want to get more healthy, but it's genuinely hard to change your behaviour when it's something you have to do every day. And instead, our whole mission is about trying to change the food environment and recognise that actually you can make small changes to that environment so that people make lots of slightly different purchases that are slightly more healthy, that all add up in a way that actually they're not going out and trying to be healthy. You can do those things without them even knowing. The book that I want to recommend is called The Health Gap by Michael Marmot, who was the author of the Marmot Review many years back now. And the book talks all about the social determinants of health, the concept that actually a majority of each individual's health is derived and driven by the social environment that they're in. So I think that there is a growing perception and understanding of the importance of what we call primary prevention. So secondary prevention is where if someone has a disease, you then try to stop that disease getting worse. Primary prevention is about stopping someone getting a disease in the first place. People, I think, are starting to realise the importance of primary prevention and the actual economic arguments that have long been talked about for why primary prevention is important. I think people are starting to get the message.